Welcome, 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 baby. This is Ask Alterri Henry, and we're going to talk today about corporation, man, shell corp, chef corps, and either one. It's all the same. People want to make a distinction between the two. Tomatoes, tomatoes. It's all the same thing. Let's talk about chef corps, man, and what you need, and how can we get you some funding? I can get you funding and things all kind of ways, man. You don't even have to have a chef corp right now if you just have some money running through your account. Just say you have at least $10,000 running through your account, then we can snatch you another 10. You know what I'm saying? Just say a loan based on your bank account and what's running through your account. That's all kind of ways. You just need a quick little flip money. Say you got $40,000 or $50,000 a month running through your account, and we could go snatch you a quick 25 to 50,000. Real quick, based on the money that's running through your bank account, not your credit, not your paperwork, nothing, just the money that's running through your bank account. We can get you some money. Now, with Chef Corps, I'm gonna say this loud and clear. We charge $5,000. That's a start, and that's for the Chef Corp. Now, you need to put some credit on that Chef Corp. So $5,000 is for the paperwork for the Chef Corp. That's gonna back up everything. It's gonna be a age Chef Corp. You're going to have an age EIN number. You're going to have all the things that go with that Chef Corp. That's $5,000. Okay? You can't lie to me. I see people online charging $15,000 and $20,000 for a Chef Corp. If I can get their clientele, trust me, I'm going to sell the mess out of that clientele. But I'm charging $5,000 for a Chef Corp that comes with the EIN number and everything. Now, if you need me to build a credit, as far as put credit on that Chef Corp, you probably look at another $500 to $7,500. Don't come here trying to get $250,000 and you only got $5,000. This ain't for you. This game is not for you. But if you got about $20,000 to $25,000 that you want to invest in yourself, and you want to go and get $150,000, $250,000, sure, I even got a lady $400,000. Then this game could possibly be for you. Okay. There's a lot of things you need to do with this Chef Corp. If you ain't ready to do this ain't for you. Well, let us do it for you. Just have your money. Let us do it for you. Okay, you got the Chef Corp, okay? Now you need to have your website. You need to have your website that's pointing to that Chef Corp. Chef Corp address, Chef Corp name, the EIN number, the whole 9 yards on that website, okay? Then you need to have you a landline. So don't come here trying to get no registered addresses online. You need you an address. I don't care if it's your house address, a business address for another business, whatever. You need your address on that Chef Corp to be at that business so you can get a landline on that Chef Corp at that business. I don't care if it's a call out for another business. Your Chef Corp is registered there, okay? Then we're going to take that landline and we're going to register that landline with 411. So that way it's in the directory, okay? If we got to, depending on the money you have, we will sign that business up with the BBB. We will sign that business up with the Chamber of Commerce. You're probably looking at another $1,500 to sign those businesses up. We want to make sure you're so legit. We're going to spend about another $1,000 if you got the money to go get you an insurance bond on that business. So now you're bonded, you're licensed, you're insured, you got your website, you got your phone, you need some business cards. Your business cards is going to be at the same address, same phone number, website on it, the whole 9 yards. We want you to look so professional as a business, they ain't gonna better turn you down. And we're gonna have to file your taxes. Legit. We got to file your taxes. We're gonna file it to where you don't owe anything, of course, with your write-offs. But we're gonna file your taxes. New businesses, they'll give you up to 5 years to file as a loss, no matter what you make. So we're gonna file your taxes on that business because you will need your tax returns and everything to go and get the big bucks. They want to see that you're a legitimate business for the shell corporation to get the big bucks. It do not take long. If somebody tell you that, it's going to take about 30 days, we're going to get everything together, and then we're going to apply for money within 30 days. So that's like 2 months, but you can have you $250,000. You ain't got $250,000 now, and if I don't help you or somebody like me don't help you, you'll never have $250,000. So what is 60 days to get $250,000? So with that being said, let us prepare your shell card. Okay, you need to be completely compliant with the shell card. And we're going to be building you more credit. Not just putting credit on there, but we're going to be building you more credit. So later on in the future, you could apply for more loans. You could maybe stack loans. You may go to this bank and get 100,000. You may go to this bank and get 150,000. You may go here and get 400,000. Now you working with over $500,000. Okay. Not on top of that, I just explained all that about a shell card. We're gonna talk about trust funds on another video, but all this with a shelf card. Okay. Now on top of that, getting the money. We also have plans where we can talk to you about what to do with the money. I get so sick and tired of people getting money. Just had a lady that got money, $400,000. She got money in Dallas and have no clue on what to get with the money. She don't even know what to do with the money. She got $400,000 in stuff. So we're gonna show you what to do with the money, what to invest in, what trades is going good right now, what the stock market is doing, what venture capitalists is doing. You maybe can invest your money into another business and blow that money out the water like I did. So there's so many things you can do with the money once you get the money. The problem is knowing what to do to get the money. Everybody we get money for some reason, they don't have no clue. They get the money. I have a cousin, and I'll wrap this up. I had a cousin. He got $285,000, and like a dummy, went and bought 2 broken trucks. He want to start him a trucking business, so he thought he was being wise. He bought an 18-wheeler for like $60,000 that was broke, that he had to fit another $30,000 to fix. That's $90,000 for a truck that was broke when he could have bought a brand new one, put a down payment on it of maybe 10 grand and walked off the lot because his credit was good. We had already fixed the credit. So people get money and do the absolute dumbest things in the world, And so we're going to show you what to do with the money after getting the money. Now, we also offer funding. Once you got your business together, we're going to offer funding for that. People are going to say, can you buy a house? Yes, you can. You can buy a house with your shelf card. I wouldn't buy one with the shelf card, but you can buy a house with the shelf card. I would take the money from the shelf card, or either if you have it ahead of time, I would build me a trust, and I would buy my house through my trust. Now, because the trust is a whole different ballgame. Now you ain't got to worry about as much taxes. It's wrapped up in an asset for your family, for the future, where nobody can sue you in the whole 9 yards. You ain't got to worry about going to, after you die, you got to go to probate and all these different things. So I would wrap my house up and my vehicles and everything I have within a trust. Even going to as far as to the DMV and getting trust license plate as a trustee. So I wouldn't worry about buying a shelf card to go and try to buy a house, but you can buy a house with a shelf card. You can buy a lot of things with a shelf card. How to start from 20K to get a shelf card, to get a loan, and step by step for a trust. We can teach you that too. All of these things will be talked about and discussed. Now, we do consultations. It's $150 for a consultation. You want to do a one-on-one consultation? It's $150. But the good news is, if you decide to move forward after that consultation with a service, then that $150 will go towards that service that day. If you decide to call me a week later, then we're gonna pay full price, because consultations cost and time is money. So if you move forward right after that consultation, then we can go with that. But if you don't do anything, then you're gonna have to just pay the full price. But meanwhile, while I'm talking about trust and shelf card, I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, man. We got Rode, man. Everything you see is Rode, man. They make sure that my camera systems and everything, my microphones, the wiring, everything is laced up, man. We got Rode. We got the best quality in the building. So we want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, which is Rode, man. So, anyway, so if y'all need some equipment, make sure y'all go purchase Rode, man. They everywhere. Best Buy, some of your local markets, go get Rode, man. Go get Rode, and they'll take care of you. The quality, you see how my sound is up to par. So anyway, I want to end on that. We do consultations, but I just gave you basically a whole spiel on what to do with a shelf card. Everything, you may not know how to build a shelf card, because we do that, and I'm not going to give you that sauce, but everything that go with a shelf card that has to be done, from your website to your phone number to your address to your email address. And you can't have a Gmail or a Yahoo or none of that. You have to have your email attached to your website. So if your name of your business is IT Specs, then you need to have service at IT Specs. If your name is Jason, Jason at itspecs.com. You got to have an actual email that's associated with your website. Everything about that business got to look like a major business, not some fly-by-night business that we just throw together. You know, your tax returns, your profit and loss statement, because they're going to want to know, okay, this is October of this year, so they're going to know what's your profit and loss from January to now. All of these things got to be professionally done, man. So if you don't know what you're doing, some of you all can barely even run a business. So trying to get together a chef corp to get $250,000, no, man. Go ahead and get your money together. Call us, pay us to do it for you, man, and we'll make sure you get that money, man. Now on the funding part, before we go on the funding part, we're gonna get you funding also. You're gonna pay now. You're gonna pay anywhere from 10 to 15% of that funding. We're gonna get you money, and that's because we got to do all the paperwork. If you come with all the paperwork, then the funding could probably be lower. But if we got to do all the paperwork and get you ready to get funding because you don't have anything together, which means I'm holding your hand and we mentoring you, then you're going to pay that 15%. So before I close, I just want to say we're going to get you a shelf cart. We're going to get you a website. We're going to get, and that's not for $5,000. $5,000 is just a shelf cart. But everything is associated with a cost. Website, shelf cart, EIN number comes with the shelf cart, which is the age EIN number and the age shelf cart. We're going to get you registered with nav.com, which is nav.com, so that way you can start building other credit to get other things. We're going to get you associated with the paperwork and everything you need, walk you through your address and everything you need to get funding. Like I say, once again, before I close, it's the last thing I'm going to say, okay? Funding is not just a loan. A loan is the hardest thing you ever going to try to get. So get that out your mind, I want to get a loan, okay? If you're looking for $250,000 and you can get that $250,000 with credit cards, take that. Because trying to go for a loan and getting $250,000 with the credit cards is a completely different monster. Getting a loan, you're going to need all kind of docs and paperwork. Getting credit cards, you can stack credit cards from different banks, different facilities and things like that, and still get $250,000. Only difference is with a loan, you might be at 6 to 9%. With a credit card, you may be at 19%. But if you know how to flip your money, what do it matter? Some of you don't have your paperwork together anyway. So go ahead and take that credit card or a line of credit. A line of credit is 10 times easier to get than a loan also. A loan is the hardest thing you can get. Some of you all, once you get your documentation together, we can hurry up and go get you $50,000 or $75,000 from the SBA, Small Business Association. They don't require a lot of this stuff. Anyway, you want to call me to do your shelf cart? You want to call me for consultation? I already told you. $5,000 for a shelf cart, $150 for a consultation, man. Let's move forward, man. If you ain't got no money, don't call me just to talk unless you're going to pay a consultation. I'm not getting on the phone. Y'all be blessed, man. Holla.